Look at some of the solutions to our urban transport problems. Too many transport planners are so used to focusing on the needs of car drivers that they seem to forget other priorities. They seem to have a windscreen view of the issue. Many of them focus on building more and more roads, thinking that this is the answer to traffic jams. But the truth is, we can never build enough roads for all the demand. Peak hour traffic just increases to fill the new road space. Fortunately, there are ways to stop traffic from increasing out of control. There are alternatives to more and more cars and big roads. We need to adapt transport to our vision of our city, not ruin our city to accommodate more and more traffic. There are now many creative ways to gradually manage or even reduce traffic. These are called Transport Demand Management, or TDM. More and more high-income and low-income cities are successfully using TDM methods to contain traffic. TDM is a vital part of improving our range of transport options, including improving public transport. Good planning is also essential. Every neighborhood needs shops and other services nearby. Mixing houses, offices and shops together encourages short trips that can often be done by foot, bicycle or pedicab. We should not build major shops or public buildings in locations that are difficult to reach by public transport. This just encourages more traffic and burdens people who don't own vehicles. Walking is the most important mode of transport in cities. It is the glue for the whole transport system. Almost every trip, even a car trip, includes some walking or perhaps a wheelchair. The basic rule is that people who are walking hate long detours. There should be lots of shortcuts to help pedestrians move around faster and easier. Otherwise, pedestrians will often take a risk or make their own shortcuts. All pedestrian ways should be wide enough to accommodate pedestrians and street activities. Footpaths should be as level as possible, with good ramps for wheelchairs, and must avoid forcing pedestrians to go up and down too much. Otherwise, people would just walk on the roadway because it is easier. Footpaths must be well maintained and well lit at night. Shade from trees and shelters can make walking much more comfortable in hot climates. Pedestrianizing certain parts of the city centers can be very popular and can increase economic activity. Pedestrian bridges are in fact not pro-pedestrian facilities. They are to get pedestrians out of the way so that traffic can go faster. Another way to make things safer for pedestrians is to tame traffic and make it less aggressive. This is called traffic calming. Traffic calming includes actually changing the street environment to give more priority to pedestrians, cyclists, shoppers and residents. It also involves slowing traffic to make streets safer and to reduce noise and pollution. Calming traffic and reducing vehicle speeds do reduce road deaths. When cars are moving at 65 km per hour, 85% of pedestrians will die if hit. But at 30 km per hour, only 5% of walkers are killed. Excellent public transport is vital for cities, and it does not have to be a dream. There are many things that can be done to improve public transport. Many people assume that public transport is subsidized by the government and that cars and motorcycles are not. The truth is, in almost every country, it is the car that is subsidized more than public transport. And in Asia, most public transport is not subsidized at all. One way of greatly improving transportation is by giving public transport vehicles high priority on the streets. This includes using bus lanes, special traffic lights for buses, bus-only turns, and contraflow lanes, such as this. Helping buses move faster through the jam is actually like buying more buses, because we can get better use out of the buses we have. Of course, we need to make sure that these work smoothly, otherwise the benefits will be lost. Another low-cost way to make public transport more attractive and cost-effective is called integration. This means making sure that it's easy to transfer from one service to another and that the system is easy to understand. All big cities eventually need some high-quality public transport services or some form of mass rapid transit. There are several choices: metro rail, suburban rail, light rail, or segregated busways are all possibilities, so long as the service is fast, frequent, able to move many people, and does not get caught up in traffic jams. Mass transit also needs to have stations in strategic locations where people want to go. The system also needs to be affordable to passengers and to the city as a whole.